Good morning, and welcome to episode 233 of Getting Rich. I'm your host, Rich Checkan, president of Asset Strategies International, and today is Wednesday, July 16th, 2025. President Trump said that long-range missiles for Ukraine's defense are off the table and Moscow is not to be a target going forward. Despite increased frustration with President Vladimir Putin and his handling of the peace negotiations for the Ukraine-Russian conflict, or the lack thereof. Missiles will still be provided to Ukraine as a part of a joint U.S.-European effort to help bolster Ukrainian defense, but Moscow is not to be targeted, and missiles that could touch Moscow are off the table. Yesterday, stocks dipped a bit as inflation numbers came out for June. The inflation number went up to 2.7% over this time last year and a 0.3% increase over May. Most of the pundits are blaming the effects of tariffs as they start to trickle their way into the system and are starting to be felt via inflationary pressures. Jamie Dimon, the CEO of JP Morgan, criticized President Trump on his attacks on the Federal Reserve, saying that the Federal Reserve's independence from politics is critical and important to our economy, our dollar, and the future. Let's go ahead and take a look at the numbers and see where they stand from the previous week. Gold is up 1.1% to $3,338.60 an ounce. It was $3,303.64 last week. Silver's up 3.7% to $38.06. It is up from $36.69 an ounce last week. Platinum up 1.5% to $1,393 an ounce. It was $1,373 an ounce last week. And palladium's your big winner, up 7.8% to $1,217 an ounce. It was $1,129 an ounce last week. With silver outperforming gold again, we see the number of ounces of silver it takes to buy an ounce of gold. Your gold-silver ratio dropping below 90. It's at 87.72 this week. It was 90.04 last week. And the U.S. dollar flexed its muscles a bit, up about $1. It's at 98.54 on the index. It was 97.57 last week. As you know, last week I was in Boca Raton for Rick Rule's Natural Resource Symposium, and just want to let you know that if you had signed up for the recordings and the live stream, or you attended, you have access to all those presentations through the end of this year. I got to tell you that it was nice to get together with a bunch of like-minded people. I don't know if it was confirmation bias or if we're all seeing reality clearly, but we're all on the same page. This commodities boom is just starting. Precious metals, gold and silver, have yet to really get going, although silver's starting to flex a little bit of its muscles this year. Gold has a long way to go since the central banks are really the only ones buying, and investors aren't in this market yet except to sell, at least the Western investors, that is. Central banks and Asian retail have been buyers, and everybody sees things the way I've been reporting it to you, which is basically, until there is a will to go ahead and balance the budget, cut spending, reduce the debt, there's only one way for this thing to go. Real assets are going to go up in price. There's no two ways about it. We'll discuss that and a bunch of other topics here this evening when Adrian Day and I welcome Adam Rosenzweig to the On the Move webinar. We'll go ahead and kick off at 7 p.m. tonight Eastern Time. We'll go about an hour and a half. We'll have an open discussion with Adam, and then we'll open it up for questions from the listeners. If you have not signed up, please join us this evening. It's going to be a fantastic show. I have not met Adam. Adrian has, and he says he is amazing at what he does, which is analyzing resource sector. So looking forward to a great event this evening. Hope you'll join us. As always, we want you to go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us, send us your comments and questions so we can get them on the air. Subscribe to our social media platforms, our twice weekly, always something interesting alerts, and our once monthly information line newsletter. But in the end, don't ever forget, getting rich starts with keeping what's yours.